BJ from Game Gumbo. I've got my guests here, Jay from Cardboard East and from Bezier Games. We're talking spicy hot games. And there's a game that Steve's played, finally. Me and Verla have enjoyed this game. I don't know if Jay's played Bonsai.
I have not played this. I've always wanted to, but I love how it looks.
All right.
Gorgeous.
Well, you're going to hear it. Take it away, Steve. Tell us, what's Bonsai?
Okay. I have, to talk about this being lovely, I'm seeing it on my screen. I don't have a hard copy. I know Verla has a hard copy. I sent a hard copy to my Secret Santa this year.
Yes.
This is a tile-laying game, and it involves cards as well. So there's kind of a card market that you're picking from on your turn that will allow you to collect tiles of wood and leaves and flowers and fruit. And essentially, that's, you start out with a bonsai pot with one little root sticking up, and you're building out wood, which will then have leaves on top of it that can have flowers or fruit in the way that you place them out there. And there will be different target tasks that you've got. A lovely art, absolutely gorgeous. And then when you see it laid out on the table, it ends up looking like this bonsai tree that hangs over the side and becomes asymmetrical.
Every time.
It really has a beautiful, beautiful look to it. And I love tile laying games, but this one, you have to recruit your tiles. You have to use the correct choices of cards to bring the tiles into your hand. And then you also have to select cards that will allow you to hold a larger amount of tiles, or to be able to place a larger amount of tiles if you do the meditate action, which is the one that instead of taking cards, pushes your tiles into your tableau. And it's basically the clock ticks down as you're going through the cards available in the marketplace. I've only played it 2 and 3 player. Verla could probably talk about that more if you had other different versions.
It plays great at 4. Yeah.
I have not played it at 4, but it does really, it sings along beautifully at 2 and 3. You are collecting resources, you're placing tiles, you are kind of drafting the cards, so there's a marketplace. It does not do any one thing, I think, terribly new.
Yeah.
How does the scoring work?
All of those things together in a really cool way.
Each of the different little colored tiles scores a little bit differently.
Okay.
Really, you have to refresh my memory on.
So the pink flowers,
Yeah.
they need to be placed, up against some green leaves. But for every
and
side of the
nothing
hex
around them.
that's not touching anything else, you get up to 5 points.
Oh, wow.
With the
okay. So
fruit,
for empty
you
space.
want for the fruit, you want it placed nestled between 2 green ones. For what, 5 points, 7 points, something like that. And it can't be touching other fruit. Is that right, Steve?
It has to be separated by one space from another fruit. Yes. Yeah. So there are placement rules and scoring rules, but then there's also targets, the goals that you're shooting at.
And
it's very interesting. If you satisfy the goal, you have to choose. There's a minimum level goal and then be a second level goal and a third level goal. If you've satisfied the lowest, you have to decide, am I claiming that and that's the only one I get, or am I going to forsake it and try to go the higher level? Once you've passed on a lower level, you've committed to going higher, and you have to pay attention to what other people are doing to see if you can beat them.
Make sure somebody doesn't snipe you.
I like that.
Somebody doesn't snake it from you.
Oh, you have to watch the other players.
Having
high risk, high reward. I love
it. Or a certain number of your wood.
Yes, or having something hanging over the side or underneath the pot. It's it's lots of little small things that come together to be a lot more, I think, than the sum of its parts.
When I got this game, I got this and Cascadia almost like the exact same time, and I had the same thought that you had, Steve, that neither game does anything really new. They just do them better. It's the one game where, and I pardon me, I don't remember who designed Bonsai, but Randy Flynn with Cascadia and the designer of Bonsai said, I'm going to take this mechanic and I'm going to make it pure. It's like a pure element of, I'm going to make a tile laying game, and it's not just going to be a smorgasbord of tiles that have, as much as I like Carcassonne, one of the cool things about Carcassonne is when you finish the game, it has all these little cities and everything looks great. But not every tile laying game does that. Bonsai does it all the way to the nth degree, right?
It really does.
Each person can look at their pot and go, I created something at the end.
Yes.
But you still want to win though, Verla.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's let's see, it came out. Oh, I had it here first. I had it here for a second. Came out of 2023. Yeah. This is what I call this is a game of its time, because the 2020s is all about pretty. Like games have to be Instagrammable. They have to look good in pictures. because like social media makes it a thing, right?
Yep.
And games have to look nice. And like and this is also, I think, a fault of like Kickstarter, because Kickstarters have gotten the community used to like pretty looking games. They're not used to paying high prices yet. But I mean, if you want your games to look good, then it's not cheap to make. So you have to pay more, which is unfortunate. But everyone wants a game to look good. And it's just, when you look at that, it's like you want to take a picture of it and share it. Like even like the pot looks fantastic.
It's got the cracks in it, right? I
Yeah,
mean, it's really good.
Gold.
So DVGOG, I always forget how exactly to pronounce it, but basically the Italian publisher, I don't think they were ready.
It's pronounced O-Ink.
Oh, is it? Yeah, Oinky. DVGOG. I don't think they were ready for what the storm that came out when this game came out, because it's been very hard to get for a long time. I think now it's starting. You can start to find it because Steve, you were able to track down, but there was like 6 months or a year where you couldn't even find this game. But I think what
I don't have a hard copy. I've only played it on BGA.
No, but you did get it for your Secret Santa.
But I did get it for my not so Secret Santa, probably.
Not anymore.
Now
they
know.
They've licensed this game to 10 countries. That's doing really well.
Yeah, it's doing well. But what Jay was saying, following up on that, I played Kelp versus the Octopus or Kelp versus something the other day.
Gorgeous looking game, great production,
and that's exactly what it is. I mean, the game is very good, but it's elevated by its looks. I mean,
exactly.
You just want to take a picture.
Art doesn't make the game. A bad game that looks great, I still don't want to play.
Yeah.
But art will elevate a good game, and this is one of those that it's got good bones in there to begin with, and then the art on top of it makes it really salivate over that.
Yeah, and games are getting more expensive, and if the tariffs go through, they're going to get infinitely more expensive, exponentially more expensive. So if I'm spending like $30-$50, I want the game to look good.
I want the game to look good, yeah.
For sure.
And if it doesn't look good, then like I might really like the mechanics, but it's not going to be on my table. And I know there are Splatter fans out there who go, no, it's just the mechanics, it's all. But like, no, it's got to look good.
I can hear Kevin's head exploding right now from our game group, a Splatter fan. So
I forgot. I actually did a video review of this. I didn't even remember this because it was so long ago. But I don't think I should have used that picture. Oh man, wow. That is what is going on with my eyes right there?
That is you have anti-Evan, I think.
That's fantastic. That's your new that's your new Tinder profile pic. That looks good.
Oh, man.
You can totally slay with that, man.
The new board. Yeah, are you on Board Grinder?
I love it.
No, you're not on Board Grinder. No.
Is that a thing? It's probably a thing.
It probably is.
I don't think it is a thing. So yeah, you can check it out. I did do a review. Skip that whatever timestamp that is, because I don't know what's going on with my face.
That's amazing.
That would be wise.
That is pretty scary. Well, that is Bonsai, which is out now, and you can find a copy. And I recommend it. I think it's one of the best tile games that I've played in years. It was hard to find. So now you can play it.